Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Radio Silent Play. I am your moderator for today on January 6, 2015. Okay, today we're doing a one-on-one webinar with one of our members. Okay, we're going to be going over some of the things that we actually bring to the table when we trade stocks and we trade options. So the reason I do this is because a lot of people that get into trading, they don't know the reason that they're getting into trading. They, pretty much feel that it's it's the fastest way to make money. Whenever you try to cut corners and try to find a fast way to make money, you end up either not making much or losing most of that money. So one of the webinars or some of the seminars that I do over here, I'm based out of New York, is something called the Secrets of the Rich. And when I went to a couple of seminars, I kind of got some information and I kind of, gravitated towards it. And then I started implementing some of this to my members. And I think that going to these seminars are very important. If I don't know where you're from, Frankie, where are you from? Are you told me you're Pacific time, so you're in the West Coast. Are you like in California? Okay, so you're in San Jose, California. I don't know if they do many webinars out there, but over here in New York, they do a couple of webinars. They do a lot of seminars. I try to attend as many of these seminars as I possibly can. Sometimes, you'll get the far-fetched ones, but, your brain is like a sponge. So you got to make sure that you intake all the information that's given to you, because some of this information can really help you out in your trading regimen. So what I want to kind of like discuss now is something called the science of the rich. And the reason that I tell you this is because there is a science to how rich people or people with money make money. And it's pretty much a secret. So you can consider it a science of the rich. You can consider it a secret of the rich. But some of these things, these guys don't want you to know. Okay. You got guys like Warren Buffett. You know who Warren Buffett is? I'm sure you know who Warren Buffett is. Okay, Warren Buffett. A lot of people make him out to be one of the greatest, investors, traders to ever live. I think that he's an older guy, so he started trading when everything was basically in the best area to actually buy. Okay, a lot of credit is given to him, but at the same time, Warren Buffett, okay, he had what you call a mentor. Okay, a mentor is very, very important when trading. Okay, a lot of the guys that go out and trade on their own, what they do is they're like they walk into the room, okay, pitch black, okay, and they have no flashlight, and that's what I see it. A mentor, what he does or she does, okay, it brings safety, security, and knowledge. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, and the reason I tell you mentorship is very important is because through the dawns of time, you know, mentorships, apprenticeships. Okay, this is the way where how the United States and how America was built. So we've kind of digressed from that. A lot of people now, what they want to do is they want to go and they want to go to college, they want to go to the universities, and they want to all do it on their own. Okay, so the reason I bring up mentorship is because that's what I am here. We have a couple of traders here. Okay, some that do options, some that are pretty much master traders in OTCs, and we discuss certain things. We go over charts, and we bring that mentorship towards you guys, our members. Okay, and what I mean by a mentorship is we don't just put out a newsletter, or we just don't go ahead and put out a tweet and just not back it up. Okay, this one-on-one dialogue that we're doing now, we do this with all our members. Okay, I tell everybody to set up a one-on-one webinar to find out who you are, what type of trader you are. You know what I mean? Right now, we're really not going to discuss this. Okay, we're gonna get when we stop recording, we're gonna get a little bit off topic, and I'm gonna find out a little about yourself and what are your trading habits, how much you trade, and so forth. But at the same time, I want you to understand that this is what we bring to the table. Okay, it's not just send out an alert or send out an email and expect you to buy it. I want you guys to feel comfortable. I want you to feel confident in knowing what you're buying, okay, and what your risks are. Okay, so this safety, security, and knowledge, this is what we bring to the table. Okay, so I think that's one of the biggest secrets of the rich. I think it's mentorship. Okay, another thing is details. Okay, details versus the big picture. Okay, I think that sometimes what we kind of pay attention too much is to too many details. Okay, and I think with trading, I know in the military they say you got to pay attention to detail because you want to make sure that you're able to save lives and you don't want to self-destruct or cause any harm to any other person or anything. But in stocks, it's a little bit different. Okay, I want you to kind of focus on what the big picture is. The big picture is that you want to start and you want to become financially free. That's the main thing. Okay, the details will come. You know what I mean? But when you pay too much close attention to the small stuff, okay, or the details, what happens is you kind of lose focus of what the big picture is. And our big picture is to do well in trading. Now, many people think that each trade has to be a profitable trade, and that's not how this works. Okay, I bring you towards one of the greatest teams in baseball. I actually don't like them, but it's the New York Yankees. The New York Yankees have won the most championships in history, and these guys win championships because they do the small stuff good. They play small ball. Do they get big players at times? Yeah, but that's when they end up beating themselves over the head. Okay, but overall they brought up a lot of people through the farm. Guys like Mariano Rivera, guys like Derek Jeter. If you see a guy like Derek Jeter, he never tries to hit a home run. You know what I mean? If he hits a home run, it's because it's just perfect timing. But the guy can hit. You know what I mean? And he hits for average. He gets on base. He does the small stuff right. Okay, so this is the concept that I want you to understand. What we want to do is we want to kind of incorporate, okay, seeing what the big picture is. If you join our site, what you're going to do is you're going to see that big picture, okay? The big picture meaning, let's make our small amount of money make money for us, okay? And moving on to the next one, which is very important, is there's something called the law of infinite return, okay? And this is very important, and I would like you to kind of write this down, okay? The law of infinite return means that what you want to do is you want to create an infinite return of your money. And this is possible with stocks. But a lot of people don't do it, okay? The science of the rich is what they do is they hedge and they leverage on other people's money. Either they take other people's money and they invest it, or they take their money, okay, but the lesser amount of money to make an infinite amount of money. They're not going to take, okay, $1 billion, invest that whole $1 billion into the market. Okay, what they're going to do is they're going to take the least amount of money and they're going to create billions. Okay, so what I want you to understand, whenever you are going into a trade or you're going into something, I want you to think to start small. Okay, there's something that I call the Spartan, the rule of three. Okay, and the reason I use the Spartans is because there's a movie called 300, and I know you've probably heard of it, the 300 Spartans, how they fought against the Persians, and they held Thermopylae. Um, it was a crazy story, okay, but at the same time there was a lot of meaning behind it. 300 soldiers to go against huge battalions, and they were able to manage to hold their ground. And this is very, very important, especially when trading. Okay, and with the rule of three, what I teach my members is to start off with something small, so you don't have any emotional attachment towards it. If you start out with $300 to $1,000, money that you end up spending at a strip bar, or money that you end up spending at a local bar drinking or buying video games, okay, you're not you're not very emotionally attached to that. Okay. And what I see that many people do, what they do is they want to get advanced very quickly. They take $5,000, $7,000 of savings, and then what they do is they throw it in the market and they expect it to go up. Okay, many of my traders, they start out with as low as $300. Okay, I'm not telling you to start out with $300. I'm not telling you to start out with $500, but I want you to start off with something that you know is your army. Okay, if 300, okay, Spartans can go against Persians, I'm sure that $300 can attack the market. Okay, we had a guy named Kafka that he had virtually no, knowledge of the markets, and he started out with $200. We have a video up. I got to give you the link later. But this guy ended up making that into $12,000. So he took a minuscule amount of $200 and he documented it. Okay, $200, and he documented it and made that into 12,000. I think right now he's trading anywhere from 15 to 20,000. And get this is the beauty of it. The money that he started out with, which was the $200, he ended up taking it out. Okay, so the money that he's actually trading is house money. Okay, it's infinite money. It's money that he's infinitely growing. And what he started doing now, he started investing in agriculture, and he started investing in silver. Okay, so these are the things that I want you to understand. Don't just get too caught up with the penny stocks. Don't get caught up with that fantasy. Okay, there's a lot of tweets out there. There's a lot of people that are saying they're making thousands, millions. You're hearing guys that are making, on CNBC, I'm making millionaires. Okay, that's all good for them, but do something that works for you. Okay, and this is why I think that law of infinite return, resonates well with traders, because they know that with the least amount of money, $200, $300, they can make unsurmountable amount of money. 2-3 years, now they have $15,000, $20,000. Now they have some leverage. Now they can go put down some money into a hard tangible asset. They could put a down payment on a house. They could buy silver. They can buy different commodities. So what I want you to do is I want you to kind of like gravitate towards that. Okay. If I am going to start off with something, I'm going to start off with that, and I'm never going to add on to it. Okay. So if I start out with $500, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with $500, and my goal is to make $2,500. When I make $2,500, I'm going to take my $500 and I'm going to put it into something tangible like silver, or I'm going to go ahead and buy, some real stock with now I'm getting a brain fart, but some dividend paying stocks. Okay, dividend paying stocks. Yeah, like you're saying Tesla, maybe an IBM, maybe like I was gonna tell you Exxon Mobil. They give you a dividend, but at the same time, you got oil tanking right now. So, but you're buying more tangible companies, man. A company that I really like right now is NVDA. I gave that to my members at $12 to $14, and now it's trading at $19, $20. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to kind of get that in your mindset. Okay, I'm going to start off with the littlest amount of money, and then what I'm going to use this money is I'm going to put this towards the market, and I'm going to grow this infinitely. And when I do hit my target goal or my profit margin, I'm going to take my money, my initial investment, and take it out and buy into something hard, like a hard asset, whether it's silver, whether it's anything tangible. Okay, because now you're not losing anything. Since you started out with 500, now you have 2,500. You're taking that 500 initial. Now there's no reason to have that emotional attachment to that money, because that money that you made, it's house money. Okay, so I want you to kind of grow, okay, out of that emotional state of money, because I don't know if you know, but since the 1970s, they took the U.S. dollar off, the gold standard, and now what we have is fiat currency. All right, so that's pretty much paper. Okay, and we worry too much about paper. Now, don't get me wrong. Right now, the dollar is hitting all-time highs, but at the same time, you have to understand that it's not tangible. It's not something that continues to grow, and it's based on confidence. If there's no confidence in the U.S. dollar, then we're gonna have a crash in the dollar. And we've seen that in other countries. We've seen it in Russia. We've seen it in Zimbabwe. We've seen it in Mexico. So this is something that I want you to kind of like understand. Okay, another thing is diversification. Okay, we just spoke about it. Diversification. Let's invest in everything. Okay, let's trade everything. Let's learn everything, whether it's options, small caps, forex, whether it's silver, commodities, agriculture. Okay, let this be a window of opportunity. Don't just get stuck on the OTCs, because sometimes, I don't know if you noticed, but that November, December was tough. That summer for the OTCs, it's tough, and you got to know where to get into if those times are tough. And we have on our website, if you look over here, okay, we have an OTC weekly watch list. We have option triggers. We have small cap buy zones. We have long investment hedge, forex setups, and different picks. So you have a lot of things that you can work on. Okay, right now you're saying I didn't get approved for options. You will get approved. Okay, it's just all a matter of time. What we're gonna do is we're gonna help you sign that application. We're gonna make sure that you have leverage. Okay, we're gonna make sure that you hit $5,000-$6,000, and then you go and you request a margin, and we're gonna trade options, and we're gonna sign that application so you get approved. Okay. And moving on to options, it's very important. You just mentioned Tesla. A lot of traders can't trade Tesla. Okay, Tesla right now is trading much higher. Tesla currently trading at $211. Okay, for you to just buy one share, it's going to cost you $211. Okay, so one of the signs of the rich, okay, is by buying what you call derivatives. Derivatives are options. So when you can buy a contract for $1.50 on calls for Tesla, okay, you're going to be able to use that money, and it'll take you longer ways. For every contract that you buy, that's 100 shares. Okay, so if you hit your strike price, that price of those contracts are going to go much higher. Now, I'm going to give you a little brief, kind of like a quick education on options. I don't know if you know who Mark Cuban is, but Mark Cuban sold his company. Okay, I forget the name of it. He sold his company to a streaming company, to Yahoo. Okay, yeah, that's the Dallas owner, the Dallas Mavericks owner. But he had a streaming company that he came up with a couple of buddies, and he ended up selling that to Yahoo, and Yahoo offered him a couple of millions dollars, and he refused. He said, "No, I don't want dollars. I want shares." So he actually got some shares, and at the time, Yahoo prices tanked, and what he did was he leveraged, and he actually bought puts, and he was able to sell that leverage, and he made billions. Okay, that's what actually made him. So he's another rich guy. You know what I mean? So this is some of the things that the science or the secrets of the rich use. They use leverage. Okay, they use derivatives. They use options. So this is something that you're gonna gradually learn and learn how to trade an option. Okay, what we do is we'll have a webinar where I'll actually show you what how to actually purchase an option. Okay, what we look for. Okay, size of contracts, total volume. We look at the delta, what number the delta should be. You know, what charts we're looking at. We're looking at supports, resistance, trend lines. Okay, and the good thing about options is that that you don't have to put that much money to make money. Okay, you can buy 3 contracts, and then those 3 contracts will end up costing you $300. Now the stock's up or down. Now you're making, 300, 400, 500%. It's happened before. Okay. We've had great trades. One top off my head was the Best Buy. Okay, we went long on Best Buy at $11.60 when everybody was saying that they were going to go out of business, because of Amazon. And that Best Buy contract hit a high of $44 from $11.60. We didn't sell at 44. We actually had a target at 17, but it hit our target, and we made a lot of money on those contracts. So what I just want to tell you is that this is what we're going to teach you here. Okay, it's not just about trading penny stocks. It's about learning all aspects of the markets. Okay, so I want you to learn all sides of the coin. Okay, so that's pretty much it. This is pretty much a quick, something quick that we actually I wanted you to kind of see. Every Sunday night, what I do is I throw OTC Weekly Watch List. Okay, the OTC Weekly Watch List every Sunday, it's updated. You'll have several stocks. Okay, I don't send out newsletters. If I see a stock that pretty much has news, I'll update you guys. But I'll update you guys via chat room, or I'll update you guys via Twitter, or I may occasionally send out an email, but I don't do it often. All right. So, what I want you to understand is that for some reason this is taking a little bit long to load. You'll come over here, you'll look at the last month, and you'll click on read more. You have to make sure that you're logged in. Okay, I'm not logged in. Okay, so I'm logging in. Okay, so I'm gonna log in. Okay, it's gonna give me a welcome page. Whenever you get a chance, I want you to make sure that you're on GroupMe already. You're gonna utilize the chat. This is the chat room that we use in the morning. We also use Skype. Okay, so it actually gives you the request of who you got to request. Twitter, make sure that you request me on premium Twitter. I'm gonna go over that in a little bit. The radio silent play app. This is very important. If you don't have an Android, then you're going to use the SMS service. Okay, this and this are basically the same thing. So if you have this, you don't need this. Okay, they go off at the same time. Okay, do you still buy OTC stocks myself? Yes, I do. Okay, I buy everything. I buy small caps, OTC stocks. I'll buy some long hedge stocks. Um, I'll buy everything. Anything that I put out there, okay, I'm on the same thing, and I do pretty much what you guys are doing. So, let me just get your request. Okay, so I'm gonna request you in a bit, but this is the weekly watch list. Okay, so you'll look at January 2015, and then you'll see the date of the previous day. I put this out January 4th, so I put the date January 5th. And I'll give you a little brief description. I'll give you the ticker symbol, and I'll tell you why I'm looking at it. Okay. Then I'll give you a buy zone. Okay. This buy zone is just referenced. Okay. This buy zone, you should look at level twos. You want to make sure that you look at what the bid is, what the ask. If you're seeing some kind of mal MMs on the ask, we'll discuss that briefly later on. If you look at DIDG, this triggered at entry 6. Okay. And if we look now on DIDG, okay, we closed at a high of 13. Okay. So this triggered at an entry at 6. Okay. And we closed at a high of 13. So that was 100%. Okay. We still feel that the stock has upside. Okay. And one of the reasons I put, I gave you a brief description. It has AirPlay, Apple TV. CEO mentioned something about news coming out with or launching a 99-cent network. in the coming weeks. So we're expecting news. So this is good. Okay. So I give you a little bit of a chart setup. I told you that we had a bullish reversal here. We closed above this level, and we were looking to close above 14, which is a 20-day moving average. So I give you a chart. Okay, I give you your buy zones. I give you your pivots. Okay, and I tell you where I think this stock has the potential of going. Okay, so if you look at SAMP, basically the same thing. It was at 13 on Saturday or on the weekend on Sunday, and then I told you guys to look at the entry from 9 to 11, and that triggered. Okay, it gave an entry at a low of 8,008. Okay, so that gave an opportunity to enter at 9 and 11, and you saw what SAMP did today. If you look at SAMP, okay, it hit a high of 28. Okay, so that was a nice move on the SAMP. Okay, I give you a little brief description of what the stock is. I tell you that the stock in late October, okay, it went from 13, which I call the scene of the crime, and then it hit a high of 60. So what we were looking for is we were looking for this bottom accumulation. Now, do you know what a stop is? Do you use stops, Frankie? Do you know what a stop is, and do you use stops? Okay, so Frankie says I don't use them. Okay, stop is going to be your best friend. Okay, what I usually say is a stop close below 9. This 2x means 2 times. So let's say today, instead of SAMP hitting 26, it closed at 8 today. Okay, I would wait not only today but tomorrow to confirm a stop close. So let's say it's like 3:45 and the stock is at 8 again on Wednesday. Okay, I'm looking to sell it. I got in at 9 or 10 and I'm going to sell it at 8 because the stock has closed below my stop on 2 consecutive closes. Okay, that's what I call a stop close on 2 times. I don't set stops on E-Trade or any brokers. I do a manual stop. So if I see a stock close below my stop on 2 times, 2 consecutive times, I get out. Okay, that's called managing risk. That's called managing your money. Okay, so Frankie, I know you don't use them, but I want you to start using them. So if it closes below 2 times, you sell it. Yes. Okay, because now you're going to get out with a 20% loss, but at the same time, you live to see another day. It's like a soldier. A soldier gets shot in the arm. Okay, you want a flesh wound. I don't want you getting shot in the stomach or in the heart. That's vital. If you lose 50 to 60% on a stock, you're out. You're going to die, and then you're not going to want to do this ever again. I don't want that. I want to keep my members. Okay? Okay, so we also did WDHR. Okay, now on the WDHR, it was a little different. I said my buy zone was here around this range, this box pattern, and we were talking about the higher lows. Now, I mentioned that the stock broke above this level, which was this wedge pattern. It closed above 10. So I wanted to see a probability zone from 9 to 11, which when we saw on Monday, okay, was a huge bid. Nobody was selling in that range. So, which that meant was that we were buying the 13s, 14s, because now we're moving up a notch. Okay, we're taking on more risk, but at the same time, okay, we knew, okay, that stock was in a breakout pattern. And we said that the pivot was going to be this 27 or this 23 range. And if you look here, okay, on the WDHR, okay, it did just that. It touched this 26 level or this 28 level and then came right back down. Okay, so that 13 by 13, that's 100%. You would have made 100%. If you would have added the 13s, 14s, or 15s, you would have made 60 or 80%. Yes, and Frankie says it because of the big bid. That's exactly right, Frankie. If you have a huge bid, now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of like alter your buy zone. Okay, if you know it's 9 through 11, okay, and you're not getting filled, then what you're going to do is you're going to take it up the notch and you're going to move your stop up a notch. Okay, so if we look from all these setups now, okay, we had three stocks, three setups this week, okay, and all three did well. Okay, now if we backtrack, okay, let's go back because I want you to see the other ones. Okay, we're gonna go to November, December. If you look at RSII when I send this out, December 28th, this triggered at 9. Okay, let's look at the date, December 28th, correct? Okay, let's go to RSII. We come over here. Let's take a look at December 28th. This is December 28th right here. We would have triggered at 9, okay? And this thing hit a high of 15. You're talking about a 60% move, and it's still consolidating above this level right here. Okay, what's our stop? Frankie, what's our stop on the RSII? What's our stop? If you were buying this stock, okay, where's your buy zone here? Okay, 9. Okay, so 9 to 11, we're gonna go over some. This is called probability. Okay, 0.0009 to 11 is a probability trade. Now, why is it a probability trade? Okay. Okay, because from 9 to 11, it's just a 20% difference. Okay, if you're buying 9 to 10, that's only 10%. If you're buying 10 to 11, that's only 10%. So added is 20%. So now, if you look at the stock has never broken down below 9. Okay, so the probability of this stock breaking below this level right here is not much. Now, if you look, okay, here it broke, okay, here it broke, here it broke. So this is what you call the pattern trade, okay, and this line here is called the scene of the crime because every time it hits around this range, it bounces higher. So that's a pattern. So now what we want to do is we want to buy the probability of buying this now here in order for this to set another pattern. Okay. Now this stock also has news. But regardless, if you would have bought on December 28th, you would have made 50, 60%. Now no bank is going to tell you or give you that. Okay. Now if you sell at 15, 16, what's your buy zone again? And what I call a rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat means that you're going to buy it again over here. And if you look here, these are higher lows. Okay, so right now what you're setting up is a little wedge. So what you want to see is this thing break either on the upside or on the downside. Okay, do you understand that, Frankie? Okay, great. Okay, so that's awesome. So you do understand that. Okay, now just want to go over a couple of other things. We talk about CGRA. Okay, let's look at CGRA now. Okay, let's take a look at CGRA. CGRA, what's it doing now, Frankie? Okay, so you can't see this right now? Okay. Log out and then come back in. Okay, so Frankie, you still there? Okay, so Frankie, let's go over December 22nd. December 22nd, we had a CGRA. Okay, it was at 12. Okay, if we look at this box pattern, this is called a box pattern. I call this a consolidation pattern, a rounded bottom. Okay, now, what I noticed on this was watch that probability level trade could kiss that 0.001 level, and with assets and revenue should do well in 2015. Okay, this was given December 22nd. So the CGRA gave us an entry from 9 to 11. That was our buy zone. Okay, and our pivot price means 15. So if the stock closes before above 15 two times, okay, remember that, two times. Remember, two times is confirmation. Two times, that will give us a confirmation or a bullish confidence on that stock moving higher. Now let's go back, okay? Okay, now take a look. December 22nd, okay, it triggered, right? Right there. Look at this date right here when it triggered. The 22nd, 23rd, 24th, the 25th, which was about the 24th. Okay, this triggered. Okay, and it gave an entry at 10. Now, if you take a look at it, we're trading today. We hit a high of 17. Okay, so now we're up on this stock 70%. Okay, and this looks bullish right now on this stock. Okay, so CGRA right now is bullish. Okay, so take a look at the strategy. You think it's panning out? Is it looking good? Okay, good. So I want you to kind of look at these. Okay, now Tenke, TNKE. Okay, TNKE. This was given out again December 22nd, correct? So we're gonna come over here and December 22nd. Okay, TNKE. This was actually a stock that I actually sent out via mobile app. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the Tenke. We sent this out December 22nd, okay? Now, this was a little bit of a breakdown. We actually sent this out when it's not December 22nd, but I sent this out, it was somewhere around this range right here, okay? We sent this out right here at 10. And we hit a high of 15, which was a 50%, but since then it broke down, okay? Tenke broke down, okay, and this is something, and I want you to write this down, okay? Whenever a stock loses its master support, whenever a stock loses master support, which here is 0.001, I look for a 50% retrace or a 61.8% retrace. Okay, so now if this goes down, okay, or this breaks below, what's 50% of 0.001? What is 50% of 0.001? Beautiful. That's 0005. Correct. Look at here, right? Look what we did. After we lost that support, remember what we talked about, Frankie? Two breaks below 10. What does that mean? If you got in at 10 and you didn't sell at 15, which was from this level to here, you sell, right? Okay, you sell. But now, when you sell, what are you looking at? If the stock breaks below 0.001, okay, you're looking at a 50% retrace, right? So where are you looking to buy this stock? 0005. Now, here's the tricky question. Right. So Frankie's throwing in a bid at 0005. Now, Frankie, if you see at 0005, there's 25 million shares on the bid. Okay, 25 million bid on the at 0005. What are you gonna do? And let's say you see 0006 and there's only 2 million on the ask. What are you gonna do? Right. There you go. You just said it. And now Frankie buys it at 6. Now, Frankie, what's it doing now? We hit a high today at 11. Okay, so you're up now 80%. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. This is called RSP proprietary strategy. All right. Um, Stoa. This broke down. Okay. Now let's look at Stoa. Okay. Same thing. Same thing, Frankie. But this one was a little scary. All right. Stoa. He mentioned this to buy it at 10. Okay. And since then, okay, this 10 level broke. Okay, that support broke. And then what it did, 50% retrace of 14. Where did it go? It hit 7, right? Right? And then it went all the way down to 0001. This was tax season. So my guys could have entered over here. Now, let me go over here so you know that I'm not just jiving you guys. Okay, look at this. December 23rd. Okay. What December 23rd. You see this? Let's go down to December 23rd. Okay, what did I send you guys December 23rd? Read that on December 23rd. 50% retrace from 14. What was it? 0007, right? Okay, so you guys would have added 0007. Was it scary? Yeah, it was. But what are we doing right now? Where are we trading at right now? Where are we trading at, Frankie? Where's Stoa trading at right now? Exactly. 100%. 100%. Okay. So this is what you get. Okay. We talk about flag patterns. This is called a flag pattern. Okay, RXMD. I don't know if you saw what RXMD did. We gave it at 16. I said, watch this level here at 16. Okay, so let's take a look at what RXMD did here. And I just don't think that other groups do this. Okay, and I'm not here to gloat. Okay, I'm not here to make you to weed out all the naysayers. But what are we doing? We said that we were going to look at this range here to do a buy zone. Okay, and look where it's trading at right now. You could have bought this at 16. Okay, 25, and now look at where we're at. We're at 0.007 now. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you, and we do this for everything. Okay, we do it for small caps. Yeah, that one was a pretty good trade. It was a five bagger. Okay, right now we're looking at SVLC. I'll give you the setup there. Same thing. You'll have the buy zone. We'll have the target here. Small caps are a little different. You're gonna get targets, okay? Because I want you to be in and out of these stocks very quickly. Atos, okay, I gave you guys a buy zone for Atos. Okay, I draw the trend lines. I tell you where or more we're kind of looking at. And then we have the Twitter feed here. Okay, this is a regular radio silent play Twitter. Okay, this is given to guys outside afterwards. Okay, when we're in DIDG, at the lows, these guys are getting time delayed updates. Okay. For small caps, yeah. Typically, I want you guys to trade anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000. Okay, per trade. Okay, because those are going up maybe 15, 20%, and 3 grand, okay, will get you $600. Okay, for a 20% move. A 10% off of 3 grand is gonna get you $300. You know what I mean? So yeah, typically for these small caps, you need to go in a little bit larger because they're larger. It's a larger scale. Yeah, they're less risky. You don't need. If I post on a small cap, I don't need to start, building my network or pushing it via it just trades on its own. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much it, Frankie. And I want to thank you, for giving us and allowing us this opportunity to tell you what we're all about. Okay, I also have a number here. Okay, this is my personal number. You can text me, you can call me. All I ask of you is to set up an appointment prior. Okay, when you do set up that appointment, have no gripes. You want to discuss some displeasures. You want to talk about some strategies. The only thing I will never do is give you stocks on the inside. Okay, we can comment on stocks. I can tell you, we can look at some charts. But I can't give you financial advice. All I do is pretty much give you the tools and the layouts, and then you guys decipher the trades. But this is what the mentorship is. This is what RSP trading strategy is. And we want all our team guys, okay, or our traders to work and to post on Facebook when we get into a stock. Okay, let's say it was DIDG today. Once we go active, I want all you guys to go active. Even if you're not in the stock anymore, keep posting because that network helps. Okay, so that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, on any of the stuff we've discussed, my best indicators, okay, I personally I like the RSI. Okay, I know MACD crossovers and golden cross 50 and the 20-day moving average. I look at that a lot. Okay, volume is very important. Okay, because if a stock doesn't have volume, okay, it's pretty much a dead stock. So um, we look at several different things. You know what I mean? I like a stock that's bottomed out. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like buying stocks that are over bought. I know some traders, they'll start pushing stocks that are up 200, 300%, and I just can't do that to you guys. I'll pull back on a stock, and then I'll give it to you guys, but I just can't send out a stock that's RSI is at like 90 or 80, and then people are telling you that's in the power zone. I don't think that's power zone. I think that's overbought. Some traders are using different types of indicators. I try to keep it as simple as possible, and I think that once you start seeing that, remember what we talked about, the details and the big picture. Our big picture is to get in the best buy zones. You know what I mean? And once we get to that buy zone and you trigger and you feel confident when you entry, you won't mind adding shares. And when you start selling into those rallies, it feels so good that all those indicators don't even matter. I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? But there are some indicators that we talk about. There are some flag patterns that we talk about. There are some W patterns that we talk about. I pretty much look for patterns. Okay, price, pattern, and time. It's very important to understand. Those. And we'll discuss that later on. Okay, great. So if there are no more further questions, you got the free trial. So all the email alerts you or you work with someone. Well, what I do is we keep a close, tight network. Okay, networking is very, very important in trading stocks, and I'm not gonna lie about that. Um, I think that sometimes you have to have the people around you that are very are trustworthy. My integrity is very important to me. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of traders do see that. I do have a silent network, and it helps a lot. So we're always gonna get help from all different aspects. Okay, that's what trading OTC is all about. So this is very important to us. I don't disclose that information, but at the same time, we do have other people that are following us, that are looking at us, and it's I I give a lot of gratitude for that. So, but yeah, we do work with other people. Our content is our content though. Whether they start using my content, as long as they're paying members, they can do whatever they want, whether they want to disclose the information, you know what I mean? But for the most part, my information is my information. I think that some of the people that work with us, they do it as a silent kind of partnership, and they tweak their things and their systems around. But for the most part, we have been successful. So it's all good questions, But at the same time, networking is a very important aspect of trading OTCs. You know, I'm looking forward to your timely success. Don't get me wrong. We will have times where we'll have doldrums, but you just got to dust yourself off. So, we're here doing a real business. Okay. You see the quality of work in in what we do. I haven't updated too much, but I usually update it like maybe quarterly. And what I do is I post uh, a chart, and it tells you what's a buy and hold. So we're doing everything we can to get you guys to do well in this market. So just understand that the money that you put into this, it's fully vested. We're giving you back quality work. Okay, so I just want you to understand that. And right now, before tax season, which is February 15th, okay, we're gonna give this out, cheaper for a limited time. So if you sign up, for a year, instead of paying 349, now you're paying 199 for the year. And what you're gonna get is you're gonna get a nice T-shirt, okay, for the year. You're gonna get a Trader Die shirt, or you'll get a Profit Big, and you'll get a silver coin, okay, that goes up in value, and that'll be sent out to you guys. Okay, so you'll get a Profit Big shirt, and you'll get a coin. So it's like you're part of a team, you're part of a crew. So I just want you guys to understand that a lot of effort goes into this, and we got a lot of good players. I got a good team here at Radio Silent Play. So, you know, I think that you guys will be happy with the quality of service that you guys get. Okay, what I'm gonna do is this is being recorded. It's gonna give me a little bit of time to kind of set this up. I will send this to you via email. Just hit me up with your email later on. I also want you to. I'm gonna actually send you a test email later today. A welcome aboard. So I just want to make sure that you get everything ready, okay, for tomorrow. So if there aren't any issues, just hit me up via Skype or group me, and then we'll fix that. But you should be getting an email tonight. All right. Okay, great, man. Thanks, and again, have a good night, and look forward to your timely success. Take care.